Go ahead, whenever you're ready.
Oh, okay. Not a whole lot to cover. Where last we left off, you guys, after having taken down a chimera and started working on its hoard of treasure, chased off a few drow, except for one that ran towards the south. You chased them down, finding yourselves in the middle of a large ruined dwarven city of some kind, whereupon the drow seemed to have taken refuge. Practically the entire town rallied at the warning of this one drow that ran all over the place, trying to rally the forces to converge in your location in an effort to overwhelm you through means of different creatures, including the drow themselves, quaggoths, giant spiders, etc. But you managed to overcome. In the process, you captured two of their kind, a captain of the guard, it seemed, who was not very forthcoming with information, and a nobleman who was much more forthcoming with information. The nobleman introduced himself as Raganax Aranvindar and shared with you that his house was working to overtake this level of Waterdeep and, if possible, a greater section of Undermountain. He shared with you that he was the brother of the priestess who was heading the operation of House Aranvindar on this level. And you negotiated a deal after he shared with you the information that you requested to have him work, if possible, within the Trollskull Manor. However, although your characters do not know this, he never made it. He was instead intercepted by one Isn't Mizrim. The nobleman did share with you, because Treveran asked, that House Aranvindar was the house that had wiped out House Mizrim in a battle for status amongst the Drow hierarchy. Isn't Mizrim got a hold of Raganax Aranvindar and tortured him before killing him, though your characters do not know that. You took the time to explore much of the rest of this level. In one such room, you did find some fish that you were able to rotate, which created a pool of water within a bucket, inside of which was this fish. When Julie grabbed the fish and pulled it out, it turned into some sort of blue crystalline emerald, which I believe Julie still has on his person as of the moment. You explored a little bit more of this location, found a few Grimlocks that were gnawing on some old bones, as well as some troglodytes that tried to rush through the door. He didn't let them have that. That's more or less where he left off. So, where do you want to go?
Well,
Away
if I
from
remember
these things.
correctly, our directive was to go take out the other half of the drow.
You were
Or at
told
least
that
that's where we're heading.
you were told that the nobleman told you that his sister and the rest of the operation was in the northeast on this chamber.
Remind me, Kent, or not Kent, Killy. Up here, is this a dead end? I don't remember. Or did we not just explore that way?
Where you poking at? Oh,
Top of the map.
that is not a dead end. You just haven't explored that way.
Then I would recommend we go back up and around.
Where are you pinging? Avery?
Right below the staircase to the right there.
Oh,
We never
way
explored
at the
that
top?
way.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Here. Okay.
I didn't think it was a dead end. I just don't remember if it was or not. So.
You just never went that corner.
Yeah. But that's my recommendation. We can go wherever.
Yeah, because we didn't really found no other way to go east where we were, right?
Yeah, no, the only entrance we have this way is south down here.
Yeah, okay.
So.
I agree.
Yeah, those are pretty much your two options.
Heading back up then.
Tally ho! Right. Boop. Say, we gotta find some more elves for you to mold earth into holes.
I got some more clever ways to use that spell still to come.
All right.
I'm terrified but interested.
Hold on.
I'm terrified interested, you might say.
Let me zoom out a little bit here, because I didn't see where you went.
All the way to the north.
All the way to the north.
Yep.
Yes. Right in front of the entrance.
All the way to the north I'm going.
Okay. As you guys make your way back over to the north, entering into this chamber, you can see this room appears to have a number of catacombs, and the chamber itself is cold. The walls in this room are carved in an ancient dwarvish script, and amongst the dwarvish script there is the imagery of mountains. They are the marbles, the mountains themselves are also lined with the vein of different glittering minerals that has been tarnished by age. The tomb itself, rather, lines the walls like shelves, each of which bears a symbol, a mountain with a gem at its heart. Drelloff, as you enter the room and take a look at the script, you can translate from the dwarvish script, and it reads, "To ancestors past, we salute. To sons and daughters, we beg."
I tell Javarian what it says.
All right, I turn right back at him and I say, "What the hell does it mean?"
Ah!
You're the dwarf.
I guess so. Does different sections of this say different things?
Do you only tell me what it says, or do you tell everybody?
I'll say everybody. I'll do a history and shit.
Well, what is it you're trying to gauge from history to see if there's anything historical to
Yeah.
reference?
Yep.
He's like, from Elizabeth to Rock. Sorry.
The best that you can surmise, it is simply meant as a request to honor the dead, usually through means of some sort of token. Kay, you were saying something?
I was just gonna ask him if do these different sections say different things then around here?
The sections themselves don't say different things. As you're looking around, there are the long dead bodies of dwarves within the tombs themselves that are kind of lined along the like shelves, kind of like Skyrim style, if you will.
It's like a catacomb.
Yeah.
Is any of the catacombs look empty or been desecrated, or are they all still kind of pristine and?
For the most part, they look like they've been left alone. There are some that are empty.
Okay, but those like evidence of like foul play or anything with them?
There's evidence of travel.
Okay.
As far as whether or not any of them have been looted, if it has been done so, it's been done years ago. I will say, as you're kind of looking around, a couple of things. As you're kind of looking around at the bodies, you can see that some of the dwarves are wearing some metal armor that is very, very, very old. And you can also see a couple of them have these tiny stone beads with holes bored through them. The other thing, Vigo, as you're kind of looking up in the side of the chamber, you note in the corner of this room, lying down in a heap over here, is what looks like the corpse of a human being. It's fairly fresh. What's left of his face is in a twisted scream.
Hey, we got a body up here. I'll go and poke it with my warhammer.
So it's a little grotesque and a little grisly. As you get a closer look at it, you can see there are several wounds, including bites, some dried blood. Around his neck, in particular, the skin is peeled outward, which suggests that something within him burst out.
Oh, great. Alien.
Ugh. Step back. Stay away from that corpse. There's something inside of it, or was.
That's terrifying.
So as we're
I
sitting,
immediately look on the ceiling for anything.
Nothing.
Okay.
as we're sitting here and we're I'm actually opening
Sorry,
up.
there are no. I just want to clarify. There are no vampires in the ceiling.
All right.
I'm sorry. Continue.
No, I'm actually opening these spell cards as we're playing.
Oh, okay.
Dude, some of these are fucking perfect. Like, sorry, continue.
No, by all means. So that's what you see. And it looks like that the cavern curves around and goes down that way a bit.
I wonder where that drow woman is.
We were told northeast. So,
Yeah, that would be, yeah.
The way we're ahead.
But
No
I'm-
need to go that way.
The beads, do they that you mentioned? Because it seems weird that you'd call that out. Do they have any type of like I don't know, symbols on them, or are they just like regular stone beads? Or are they ornate? Or are they? I don't
Make a history check as you examine them.
Okay. I don't know. Not even sure where to even take this line of discussion. History.
Not high enough, I'm afraid. You're unsure.
can I kind of do the same thing, but I want to see if there's any religious semblance from where I've been. Do I know anything about that?
Sure. Make a religion check. So, as far as the beads and their significance, you don't know. But as you're looking around at the symbology, the symbols of the mountain and the veins and the gems engraved into them, that's the symbol of Dumathoin, the dwarven god of secrets. And it's not the first time you and your crew have run into a temple or a dungeon that had symbology to Dumathoin.
Noted. I will let everybody know.
I will ask Droloff if he knows anything about these beads.
Based on his early history check, no.
Okay.
Well, I suppose we head on then.
He knows they're good
Oh,
for
oh.
Mardi Gras.
Are we going east? Is that where we're heading? Y'all didn't finish checking up north? Or did we hit a dead end or anything?
We didn't, but I was kind of curious about what's up there as well, considering it's curved around towards the staircase. If it was a dead end or not.
Yeah, everyone's going this way. I guess we're leaving that for now. The halfling has the sniffling of a drow in his nose or something.
Man, I really hope you run into something without us being there.
So,
You mean the dwarf and the halfling? They'll find out.
Droloff, as you come around that bend, you see a couple of things as you're wandering down the tunnels here, by the way. There are spider webs that are draping across the tunnels. Some of them kind of cling to you as you pass along until you kind of brush them away. As you're kind of walking around, those of you with especially high perception, it almost looks like there are ghostly faces glimpsed into the webs. Upon a quick close inspection, you realize they're just random patterns, but they are a little disconcerting. As you make your way up north in this chamber, you come across 3 quaggoths that are in the middle of patrolling this chamber. As you enter in, Droloff, I would like you to make a stealth check. Same with you, Vigo.
Let's see how bad I fail this.
And now we watch the dwarf get eaten.
Woohoo!
Vigo, what type of armor are you wearing?
Hold on. I gotta do that again.
Disadvantage.
There you go.
Okay. Ching, 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 ching. They very much notice you, and I would like everyone to roll initiative.
Ballsack.
I personally think Roll20 is rigged to where if you're a caster that has Fireball, you automatically get the lowest initiative every time.
Why?
Because it happened to get all last game.
Why
No,
do
but
you
it's
think
me this
I
time.
chose alert?
Alert.
Okay, so we're going to begin the top of the round with Vigo, with these 3 individual creatures that very much have noticed you.
The dwarf's name is Drayloth. There you
This is the way.
I have spoken.
go. I think that's right. I'm trying to remember the name because I haven't. I will.
I couldn't tell by the words Orc Man.
I will
Every
stay
time-
where I'm at and ready in action in case if anybody comes in range. And Drayloff, form a line. Although Drayloff's a fucking barbarian, isn't he?
Uh
Yeah, good luck with that, I guess.
huh.
That's
No, there's a secret. Just line up a roll of beers in front of him, and he won't move.
Drelloff, you're up next.
I enrage and charge in on these two fuckers.
Alrighty.
Of course he does.
I told you, put some beer in front of him.
Picturing this is perfect. Draw off, form a line.
A line straight to the enemy is what he formed.
To be fair, that was pretty much how Gering handled all combat as well.
That's true.
We use reckless attack. Is that the one? Yeah. So advantage,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna smack the one on the left.
Alright, go for it. Ouch.
Let's roll damage first.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that is 25 points of damage on the first strike. Which really fucking hurts.
And he is now enraged.
Not quite there yet, but pretty damn close.
That one hit.
18. Yep. Out of curiosity, why are you getting an advantage on those swings?
I'm
Reckless
using
attack.
reckless.
Oh, reckless. Okay, thank you. Just making
Uh-huh.
sure. All right. 15 points of damage on the second swing. Now he's enraged. All right, the one you hit twice is very fucking badly injured and looks at you with a vicious fury in its eyes. Anything else for your turn?
And that's all I can do.
All right, Singe, you're up.
So what? Hold on, I gotta zoom in a little so I can see the layout here. Here's what I'm going to do. Let me just take a look at something. Did we rest last time? Did we
Yes.
get
Yes.
okay, so we got rest in. I just want to double check. All right. So I'm going to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I'm just going to move up to 30 feet up to here. And I'm going to hold an attack action if anybody hits me.
Good Singe, form a line with me.
I scream back, "Fuck your line!"
All right, it's Quagos' turn. Hang on a sec. Yeah, okay, that's what I thought.
That's one hell of a line.
Whoops. All right, so the Quagoth that's all the way on that far end is going to follow along, climbing along the walls, almost kind of spider-like, and it's going to be 20 feet above those of you who are forming a line, climbing over everybody's heads as he runs down in that direction. He is dashing all the way down there. As for the two that are next to Draloff, the one who is really angry and really hurt is going to attempt to attack you twice with its claws. 24 will hit for 8 slashing plus, because he's in Wounded Fury, an extra 5 points of damage on top of that. So that's going to be 6 points because you're raging. And that's his first strike. The second strike is a crit. Oops. So we're going to add an extra 46 on top of that. That gets reduced to 8 because you're raging. And then on the one who is not Wounded Fury, I don't think 14 beats your AC. I don't think 15 beats your AC.
Nope and nope.
Okay. That's their turn. Treveron, you're up.
I would assume I saw this thing crawl past me.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so targeting it, I'm just going to shoot it.
Miss.
Yay! And then I'm gonna have K. I'm gonna look at K and point at the one that I shot at, because obviously I shot somewhere that probably hit Julie in the face or something. That's it for my turn.
Okay. Julie, for his turn, hearing the commotion down there, seeing the one goes back, is going to turn around, pull out his bow, and fire twice at the one on the ceiling. That'll hit. That won't. I'll get one shot into that creature for 7 points of damage. Okay, you're up.
So, how high is the ceiling?
20 feet. He's on the wall technically, so he's technically about 15 feet above you.
Let me see something here real quick. How far would you say a whip would reach?
Let me find out.
I just tried to look up, but I can't find anything.
It
Oh,
has reach, so just whatever reach
Uh,
gives you.
that's 10 feet.
10 feet.
Hmm. Never mind. Then I was gonna say if I could Indiana Jones his ass off that wall, but
It's just too high.
well then, I guess I'll just flick my longbow. I'll give him 2 flips.
Okay.
So doop doop
Both attacks will hit.
and doop.
He gets thoroughly duped. He's still standing, though, so to speak.
Sad day. That's it.
All right. He's looking kind of bloody, though. Vigo, you're up.
Let's go, Singe. You've got to help our comrade. Move into there and attack that one.
All right. 25 hits. You slice him hard across the face, bits of blood streaking out. The blood is black. The second strike, he manages to duck from the blow before it connects.
That is it.
Okay. Dreloff, you're up next.
I'm a reckless attack the one to my left that's really fucking injured.
Okay.
That hits.
All right. With that one blow, you manage to cleave his head clean off.
I'm gonna attack the one to my north.
Go for it. Crit! I got a Kate. Sorry. All right, that one's starting to look a little badly hurt. Not to the point where he's furious, but pretty damn close.
Ends my turn.
Okay, Sid, you're up.
All right. So 2 things. I'm gonna move 5 feet this way.
Mhm.
Can I see this guy?
Yep.
All right.
All right. Does not succeed on the save. He does not fall, but he is looking like he's about to, and he is now furious.
All right. Because I know that the other guy ran toward the back, I'm just gonna move a little bit back this way to help shore up the group here.
Okay.
Because I think that Dreyloff and what's his name have that undercover. Vigo.
Anything else for your turn?
No, that's it.
Okay. This fellow is going to, after he has climbed over your heads, begin to continue dashing, making his way off of the ceiling. Over in that direction. Past your field of view. As for the one that's standing, it is going to furiously attack Dreloff. Alright, 19 does hit you, and he's going to do an additional 8 damage on top of that. So that's going to be 6 damage as you're raging. Second attack. Also hits. Oops, come on. Another 6 points of damage. Trevarrion, you're up.
I assume I at least saw him go right after going south, right? That he went this way.
You have already keeping an eye
Somewhere.
on him, so yeah, you saw him duck around the corner there.
Okay. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to move my 30 feet. Of course, it's now not keeping it.
The old shift.
No, I had it there a second ago. It just. All right. So move here. And this spot right here.
Mhm.
Because I figured he's probably not done wherever he's running off to, and cast mold earth on this to make that a 5-foot pit.
Okay.
That's my turn.
Just go ahead and place that blue circle where you want that pit to be.
Yep. Put it right there.
Okay, Julie's turn. Julie, seeing the danger of this guy coming in, is going to... he's going to move just in front of you, and he's going to hold an attack action for if anything comes in range. Okay, you're up.
Alrighty. I'm gonna help
That
prepare
battle
for the
plan
worst.
seems entirely too intelligent for Orc Man.
Well, he's not here.
Seeing that they're prepping themselves for the worst down there,
He just wanted me to have him fall in the pit.
I'm gonna take a dash action and cut off this corner down here,
All right.
and that'll be it.
All right. Top of the round is Vigo.
Time to finish this beast.
It growls back at you as you take your hammer and jab it right upside the jaw, clocking it out.
Huzzah! And then I move there.
Okay. Growloff, you're still raging.
This battle.
Hmm. I'm gonna move down. Shit. I'm gonna move to there.
What's your max movement speed? 25 feet?
35.
35.
He has unarmed movement.
That's right. I remember now. Okay. All right. Anything else for your turn?
I can't do anything else.
Okay. Send you're up.
Uh, seeing as how there's nothing behind us, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, I'll move to there.
Okay. So, our roll 20 pages can actually work the way I want them to. Bear with me a minute.
Spirit Guardians. Sorry.
Okay. You see, a few more of these creatures begin to crawl forth along the walls. One of them is going to be on the wall just over your pit.
And that's what, 20 feet up in the air?
Wait, where's there a pit?
Right underneath this fella right here.
Oh, okay.
Right about there.
For clarification, when you say he's over the pit, is he ground level over the pit, or is he?
He's clinging to the wall.
Okay.
Yep.
Fair enough.
These guys are clinging to the wall, the web-covered walls, and using them as leverage. Treverin, you're up.
Okay. Well, Julie looks like he wants to fight. So what I'm going to do is allow him to do some fighting, and I will target the center one,
Mm-hmm.
and I am going to where is it? I can't remember which one does.
Third level spell is Insight Greed if it's looking for that, which I think you are.
Nope. I was not looking for that at the moment. I am going to cast. Hold on. Let me make sure of this one. Yep. Okay. So targeting that guy that's over the pit and the one that is diagonal to him, I am going to do this.
Okay.
And specifically, if the acid could eat away some of those webs so they can't cling to him. That's
All
kind of
right.
the intent.
All right. So let's give it a shot. The one that you targeted initially, unfortunately, will save.
Okay.
But I will say, because it is using the webs for coverage, it falls down about 10 feet. It doesn't fall into your pit,
That's
but
okay.
it is now at about ground level.
Okay.
And
Excellent.
And then the one that is next to it will fail the save. He'll take 6 points of acid, and he will fall to the floor. Go ahead and roll an extra. Let's go ahead and make it a D8.
All right.
Okay.
Oh, best roll of the night for me.
He will take an additional 7 points of damage and fall prone.
And then I look at Julie. Get him! And then that's my turn.
He responds. Charging forward with his greatsword in hand, he will go to the one who is prone and stab it through the chest. That's not the right greatsword. That's the right greatsword. I remember giving him a +1 greatsword, but whatever. Same attack both ways. All right,
Sure,
and I
it's
got a turn
not.
advantage on.
I was gonna say, sure, it's not +1 because of some ridiculous ability that the fighters get.
We are not ridiculous.
No, it's not something that he gets. He's not an artificer. Anyway, 9 points of damage on the first strike. Second attack. I have to ask him that when I get a hold of him. All right. Two. That's the strike. 7 points. All right. The one who falls prone on the ground is looking pretty badly injured. Okay, you're up.
Okay, seeing that one on the ground, I'm gonna run up in between these guys,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna hit the one that's prone.
All right.
And I'm gonna keep my sword and shield out though.
Okay. Alrighty. 24 will hit. He's looking like if he takes another one of those strikes, he's going to be gone. Yep, that'll do it.
All right, deal.
He falls. Top of the round is Vigo. You hear clashing coming from behind you.
Ah. Don't worry, comrades, I'm coming. I will move to sprint action to there. That's it.
Okay. Drell, at the start of your turn, you are no longer raging because you did not deal damage on your turn, nor did you take any damage.
Sorry. Had to let the dogs in.
It's okay. Just in case you missed it, you were no longer raging.
Yeah, no, I missed the. They didn't take no damage. And all the ugly ones are on the ceiling, right?
Yep. Most of them. The ones you see.
Oh shit. I'm just going to move to here.
Okay.
I got a bow, don't I?
Just double checking there's nothing there. Okay.
This is the one.
Okay.
Taking the one in the north. I don't know how to. Yeah, that.
You just click and hold the left mouse button. Okay, 18 will hit, so go ahead and roll damage.
Oh shit! Forgot to turn off rage. Ignore that.
All right, I'll just do the 8 points of damage on the first strike. You can multi-attack with the bow.
And that
6
one
will
missed.
miss. All right, that arrow just goes sailing past and into the cavern beyond.
And my
Sidra.
turn.
Okay.
I'm gonna move down to here,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll toll the dead the same one Drow hit.
Okay. Crit fail. He takes the full 10 points of damage. He is looking pretty raged up. Anything else for your turn?
No.
Okay. Coming out from the south, you see a few more creatures. Creatures you have not run into before, but who are prevalent enough within the D&D universe for you to recognize as troglodytes. Maybe you have seen before, because apparently you have the handout available already. Anyway, they come moving up underneath of their quaggoths. One of them is actually going to be just to the side of one of the hole there. The rest of them are going to stand back a little ways. And the one who comes up right next to UK is going to lash out at you.
Okay.
With once with a bite and twice with its claws.
Troglodytes look like they're continually giving you the middle finger.
The bite will miss. That claw will hit you for 5 points, and that claw will miss. So you take a scratch right across the bottom of your chin that manages to cut pretty deep. You reach up your hand and feel blood.
Okay.
The Quaggoths climbing along the walls themselves still. This one is going to cut across over in this direction. And I'm going to actually reveal a little bit of the areas around the walls here. Zoom in so I can see a little bit better. There we go. All right. So the one that's all roided up is going to make 2 claw attacks against UK.
All right.
21 hit beat your armor class.
Yes, I have a 20.
Okay, you'll take 4 plus an additional 7 points of slashing damage. The second attack, you said your AC was 20?
Yes.
All right, second attack hits you as well. I'm sorry, I shouldn't be rolling these with advantage. I take that back. Don't ignore that last attack. I'm thinking frenzied attack from the barbarian. All right, so first rolls 10 and 21. The 21 hits you, the 10 will miss. So just the 11 points slashing damage there.
Okay.
As for the rest of them, they're going to swarm Julie and attempt to attack him. What is Julie's AC? 19. He's going to take one of those strikes. Second one, he's going to take that strike as well. And the final one will miss. Treverin. And they all, by the way, are move close enough to the ground to where you can make some melee swings at them.
So where these two are, they're close enough to the ground already?
Yep.
Okay. Then what I am going to do then is I'm going to shift past my friends here so that I could see this guy.
Mm-hmm.
And I am going to firebolt the first troglodyte.
All right, go for it. 18 certainly hits. Shooting just over Kay's shoulder and Drelof's head, you shoot a bolt of fire right into its face. It reels back, its head on fire, before it collapses, before the fire spreads, and it collapses into a burnt heap on the ground.
All right.
Bits of the fire begin to dance off of the body and onto some of the web that surrounds this cavern.
Yep. I'm good for my turn on that one.
All right. Julie will turn around, taking his greatsword, and lash out at the one to his immediate south. Both attacks will land. He rolled a natural 19 on the one there. So that's an automatic crit for him because he's a champion fighter. I'm going to re-roll the damage on that one. We'll add an additional... Let's see. It's not the +4, so 6 and 1 is 7. So 13, 7 is 20, 31 points of damage on him on those 2 strikes. And because he crit, I have to change the crit range. Because he crit, he gets to attack again as a bonus action because he uses the Great Weapon Fighting style. And that will hit for an additional 7 points damage. All right, the one to the south is really badly injured and is looking kind of roided up. Okay, you're up.
Alrighty. So, knowing that I'm going to be getting hit a lot, I'm going to pop one of these bad boys.
All right. I'll just use that to mark it.
And then... nah, that'll be it for this turn.
Okay. Top of the round, Vigo, you're up.
Oh, that's a whole mess of people.
You watch as the swarm kind of descends upon your group within this intersection in the caverns covered in web. Some fire is dancing along one of the dead bodies. There's bits of acid that's burning bits of the web. There's this hole in the ground. You watch as Kay suddenly, where he was, now there's 3 of them for some reason, maybe 4.
Move to there and attack this guy.
All right. I can't see where you moved. Oh, there you are. Okay, I'm just going to move the dead trog out of the way then. All right. Stepping over the body of the one who's dead next to the pit, you kind of kick it out of the way, and jumping up and swinging with Anvil Wrath on that first strike, you will hit.
Oh, is this Joker still on like 20 feet up?
Nope, he is hanging on the wall, but he is at melee level.
Okay. All right, that'll do. 9. Oh, yeah.
All right. So I will say, with that first strike, you're actually going to take him out with just the 9 points of damage. You only had 5 hit points left. So if you want to direct that crit somewhere else.
There.
All right. You'll hit the trog behind you. It's badly injured, but it is still standing.
And that is my turn.
Okay. Draw off, you're up.
Can I move to there?
Let's see.
No, I mean,
Here?
can I occupy that square yet?
Yes.
I'll
Good
move
worth all
there.
that.
I'm all rage, of course.
All right.
Found the button. And I'm gonna hit that one.
All right, go for it. 22 hits. You crush that creature's head in with one blow.
I'm gonna hit that one.
All right, go for it. 22 hits. All right, that one is barely standing, but it is still standing.
Alright, ends my turn.
All right, Singe, you're up.
I'm going to take a step over here. I'm going to attack this one.
Okay.
Hold on.
20 hits. Warhammer in hand, you come down hard against the creature's paw. It rears back. A few of its fingers begin to kind of crunch underneath the blow.
Right on.
Anything else for your turn?
That's it.
Okay. Beginning with the two trogs, they are going to shift. They're going to stay where they are. They are going to lash out a total of 6 attacks coming your way, Dreloff. 2 bites, 4 claws. 22 will hit you because you're raging. That's going to be reduced to 2 points of damage. Crit miss. You put your hammer in between the jaws of the trog, and it just kind of bites down on it. As they lash out desperately with their claws, miss. I believe the 18 hits you. That's going to be only 1 point of damage because you're raging. That will miss, and a 23 will hit you. That'll be reduced to 3. Finally, the Quaggoths will go. Singe, the one who you hit, is going to lash out at you twice with its claws.
Nope.
Missing both times. The other two who are next to Julie are just going to lash out at him. One of them being roided up. We'll start with him. Oof, a crit. And because that's a crit, it's going to be an extra 10 points. That's not great. Rolling the damage dice. 19 reduced to 16 points of damage on Julie. And the second strike will miss. And then the one who is not roided up. Crit miss and 1 hit. Alright, Julie's taking a few hits. Treverin, you're up.
All right. I'm assuming because the way this carrot set, I can still see all these guys, right? They're not out of my way or anything. This is like
You
a
kind of-
semi-wall or something.
You kind of have to just kind of poke your head out a little bit, but yeah, you can more or less boom boom if you want.
I mean, it would be more accurate if I moved here to see them.
You'd have a better shot at them.
Okay. All right. I'll do that.
Okay.
And then targeting the one that Julia hit earlier and the one that Singe hit, I am going to try this again
Okay.
with the same attempt that if there's any webs there, the idea is to burn those away as well.
All right. They will both fail. So the one that you initially target is going to be enough the acid damage that it actually just collapses on the ground in front of Julie. The one that is next to him, the web will collapse, and he is going to be. I know he's technically on the wall, inside the wall there, but we'll just say he's on the floor now. He
Yeah,
doesn't.
that's fine.
He's close enough to the floor that he's not prone, but he's on the floor now.
Okay, fair enough.
Well, you could move them in place of where the other X is if you wanted to. What do you call it?
Yeah. There you go. All right. Julie, sword in hand, is going to take his rage out on the one to his immediate south. That will hit. And I think that hits too, actually. It does. All right. That one is rated out, and he's looking like he's about to keel over. Kay, you're up.
I am also going to hit the one to my immediate south.
Okay.
But I've had enough of his shit, and I'm pulling out the greatsword.
All right. Both attacks will land. He is not roided up, but he takes both hits and is looking pretty badly damaged. Vigo, you're up.
I will attack this one.
Okay. Crit miss.
And miss, and I'll do
Oh.
it again.
Before you do that, before I forget, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
Because as you're next to this creature, it has an overwhelming stench. You are poisoned until the start of its next turn.
Oh, if it's poison, then I get advantage on that.
All right, roll for it.
Sorry.
What
All
is
right, you're
this
fine.
21?
You've grown up around dwarves. You've grown up in meadery. This kind of smell is nothing new to you. All right, go ahead and roll damage for that 23. It is going to be enough that you manage to cause the trog's head to spin around 180 degrees, and because it's not an owl, it just collapses onto the ground.
Advance to the next one.
All right, that your
That's my
turn?
turn. Yes.
Okay. Drelloff, you're up.
I'm gonna smack that one that's still alive.
I also need you to make a Constitution saving throw with advantage. All right, you're fine. Crit miss. Crit hit. Don't worry about rolling damage. You only had 1 hit point left.
Oh, he did.
All right. You try to take the hammer and jab it into its jaws, and it just kind of clamps down on it. You're not able to get the hammer free, so you're like, "Oh, fuck this!" And you take the hammer, throw it over your shoulder with the troglodyte still biting down on it, clear 180 degrees over your head, smacking it down onto the floor, clear on the other side, and with its jaw still clamped tight over it, its head impacts onto the other side of the floor next to you, just squishing it into the hammer. And that finally causes his jaws to loosen up and you pull the hammer free. I guess cauterized is an axe, but whatever. I like the visual. All right. Are you moving anywhere? Doing anything else for your turn?
Yeah, I'm gonna move to there.
Okay. Send you up.
We're going to attack that guy again.
All right. 16 will hit. All right. You hear the satisfying crunch of a bone as his leg kind of keels in on itself. It looks back at you and hisses.
And that's it.
Okay. On their turn, the one who is next to you, whose bones keep crunching, is going to lash out at you. It is not roided up, so we'll start with him. 2 slices with the claws. Both attacks will miss. The one on Julie is roided up, and it's going to lash out at him twice. And both of those attacks will miss too. Treverin.
Since I'm having such a fun time with this acid splash, I'm gonna do it again on the same 2 that are
Okay.
still alive.
All right. Both fail. Who's the initial target?
The one that's south of Julie, because it's the one that I see the clearest.
Okay, I guess it doesn't matter because they're both taking the hit. All right, so that one is also going to fall right on top of his dead friend, and bits of the acid kind of drip off of him and onto his dead friend, and it gives off kind of a rank smell as both the bodies are kind of dissolved. The one left standing is very badly injured, and he is roided down.
Okay, that's my turn.
All right, Julie's just going to attempt to finish him off. 11 misses, 21 does not, and that's going to be enough damage that he takes it out. Okay, you're out of combat.
Alright. I'm going to cast this on Julie. Level 1.
And I will also cancel my mold earth.
Whoops.
So
Okay.
I will get rid of that at this point.
All right. Julie will take the 6 hit points, and I think I'm going to go ahead and burn his second wind. 1d10 plus fighter level.
Then I'll look at draw off and go, draw off, was there anything worth looting up there?
I don't know.
I think he means for you to search the bodies.
Fine, I'll go up here to search these up here.
Okay.
I'm sure you want a perception check, so here that is. See what's around up there.
So up there, it looks like they were just patrolling the area. When you go to search the bodies for anything of any material value, you find nothing.
Okay. I head back down.
Hmm.
I
And then I
guess.
smack Draw off in the back of the head. There's nothing up there. What did you make me go up there for?
I kind of want to check the south section over here. I'm kind of curious where these guys came from.
Which way? This way?
Yeah.
Okay. I follow.
I'll go
Okay.
too.
I guess is this door already open or no?
It is. Give me just a second. So, come on. Lost my button. It's open haphazardly. In the chamber that you enter into initially there, you see, first off, a couple of discarded mining picks that have been kind of put off to the side. There are very, very thick cobwebs that stretch between the walls here, and they kind of form a canopy on the ceiling. And on the ceiling, as you look up, you can see hundreds of tiny spiders that are crawling in between the webs,
Gross.
dangling on silken threads. Near the entry door, here, there are two large bundles of spider silk. You can also see, well, that's what you see in this chamber.
I will step into this chamber then.
Stepping past the large bundles of spider silk into this chamber, you can see inside here there is there are several veins of sparkling gold in this hallway. Actually, I should clarify the discarded picks are in this room, not in the other chamber. My apologies. The web in here covers the ceiling and has dozens of tiny spiders moving in between it. So there you see the gold veins kind of within the wall here, and as you get a closer look at this door over here is made out of bronze, and it has the relief carving of that sort of mountainous symbol that you saw near the catacombs. And yeah, that's what you see.
I guess I'll check the west door.
Okay. Upon closer examination of that door, you can see, based on the carving itself, it looks like that it's missing a gem. There's a depression that you could put some sort of gem in there.
So, like, is the door not? If I try the door, is it locked then?
There is no doorknob to suggest the door could be opened by conventional means.
Okay. What about the southern door then?
The southern door is a simple stone door, and it looks like it might open normally.
Let's give it a shot.
Okay.
Hey, Kelly.
Mhm.
Looking around this room, is there seem to be any way to open that western door?
It is a bronze leaf door that has this carving of a mountain, and in between the halves of the doors themselves is this depression that seems to suggest that, based on what you've seen in the catacombs, there's no gem in that depression. It shares that same sort of symbology.
When we were in the catacombs, did those have gems in them?
No, not that you saw.
Okay.
They had the imagery of gems, but they themselves did not have real gems.
The imagery of the gems, was it all the same type of gem or different ones?
It all looked pretty similar.
Well, I mean, was it a ruby? Was it a diamond? Was it like, did it have a color or what you call it?
No, they had no color. It was carved in stone.
Okay.
Vigo, as you make your way down, this is actually a prison cell door complete with bars. And as you kind of peer inside, you actually see on the other end is what looks like a beautiful looking elven woman, complete in an elegant gown, is lying in there. The gown itself is tattered, and there are chains that cover her. There are bloody lashes that mar her back, and she looks to you with a tangle of suspicion, but hope.
Oh,
Ew.
how did you? Can you speak?
Yes,
What is your
well,
name?
my name is Marta. Who are you?
I am Vigo Stoutarm, the Line Breaker. I am here with my companions on a quest to get the hell out of here. How did you become trapped here?
She says, I was captured on the seas by pirates, taken to Skullport while I was auctioned off as a handmaid. And then, as I was being dragged off, I was abducted again by the drow. They brought me here to be tortured.
Oh, well. Is she? What does she look like? Just a regular human?
No, she is a sun elf, a
Oh,
beautiful elven maiden at that.
Treverin, you're needed down here for one of your kind. And then I move on.
Vigo, as you press on, there are first off, as you make your way further south, you smell filth and excrement. And
Oh,
as you kind of hold your nose in disgust, you draw the attention of several of those humanoid creatures with these crude boned clubs covered in spikes, and you have grabbed their attention. One will
oh.
look over in your direction and say something in Undercommon, which Kay, you hear as very, very basic, simple Undercommon going, "Who you? What you do here?"
I don't speak Undercommon.
Oh, wait, who does speak Undercommon? Someone
Wait,
speaks
wait.
Undercommon. Julie speaks Undercommon, and he's not here to roleplay this.
Finge.
Actually, Julie doesn't.
Singe.
Oh, Singe. I was going to say, I don't think Julie speaks Undercommon. All right, Singe, you hear this.
Uh-huh. All right, I'll approach.
Okay.
What did you say? I'm sorry.
Who you, what you do here.
Uh, well, surely you must be uh familiar with the many adventurers in this devious place.
Adventurers. They be intruders! Ah! Roll initiative.
God damn it. Here I go stabbing again.
They don't look particularly strong.
I wasn't worried.
I didn't think so. All right. Julie will go first. Hearing that battle has commenced again, he is going to make his way as far south as he can go. And drawing his bow, he is just going to take two close shots at the one real close to him.
He's gonna
Two
shit on
shits?
me?
That's what I heard.
Bang, bang. Bang, bang. Takes out two shots, takes him out in two shots. The one who questioned your reason to be here. and he just falls and collapses to the floor. Because he got a kill, he can make another attack as a bonus action. So he will try to do so. That will hit. And that badly injures the one behind. Treverin, you're up next.
I'll look over at the Sun Elf and ask her why is she does she look like she's injured or tied down or
She is chained up,
okay.
and there are bloody lashes across her back.
Okay.
Her robes are kind of in tatters.
So um hmm. What to do? Uh you know what, just because I feel like seeing how this plays out, I'll go in there and see if there's a way to free her from the chains.
Well, first off, you have to get past the door.
Oh, is the door locked?
Yep, it is a
Oh.
prison door.
Oh, okay. I thought the door was open. Alright, never mind.
No.
Okay. Well, that makes my decision much easier then. Uh, I will then instead move down here.
Mm-hmm.
And do I have line of sight on this dude? It might be a little tight.
It's a little tight, but
There.
you do.
Okay, then I'm gonna firebolt him.
Okay. I will say the other thing you see as you kind of enter into this corner, and Julie sees this too, there is what appears to be some sort of wooden chest in the far corner of the room over here.
Okay.
So, 11, you will hit with the firebolt.
All right.
Just.
I'll say it's gotta be close.
Yep. All right. And that will take him out.
Okay.
He watches that one burn to a crisp.
All right.
Vigo.
That's my turn.
All right. Vigo, you're up.
Oh. Alright. Bill. Uh,
All right.
right there.
All right. As you make your way up to there, you can peer inside another prison cell, and you can see on the other end, kind of grasping the bars, mewling very much like a broken man, is what looks like a somewhat young half-elven man.
Noted. No time for that guy now.
All right.
And I will ready an action in case anybody gets within melee range.
Okay. Draloff, you're up.
Alright, I already counted it. 70. There. That's my move.
Okay. Kay.
Alrighty, so I believe count this out again real quick. I'm gonna step one in front of Draloff here. Cool. And actually I lied. I will dash up to Vigo. And I will ready my sword and shield. That'll be it.
Okay. So, on their turn, they're going to move forward with clubs in hand charging at you. As the one charges next to you, Kay, you can use ready to action if you wish.
Yes, sir. Thwack.
18 hits.
Thwack.
And it's just enough damage. You take the longsword in kind of like a spear pattern as he charges in and thrust it forward. It goes right into its neck and it just kind of collapses in front of you. The rest of them would have to dash to get to you. They are going to move forward a bit. And that's about all they can do. Sind, you're up.
I'm just gonna move to here. And you know what? Even though none of them are hurt yet, um, closest one.
Okay. Not a very wise creature. All right. It takes 8 points of damage, rings its head, and growls. Top of the round is Julie, who is going to push forward. Great sword, switching out. He's going to smack it a bitch up. Crit missing. I said smack a bitch up. He's going to take that one out. There are 2 remaining. And as Julie makes his way that far forward, he will see in that cell there is a hobgoblin who is standing stoic and resolute, but is clearly injured, looking curiously out at the commotion outside. Treverin, you're up.
All right, I'm gonna move to here, and that should put me within range. Do what I want to do. Nope, not quite. All right, so to get to where I want to go, I'm gonna move in front of Singe. Now I'm in range, just to double check. Yep, okay. And the 2 ugly creatures down the hallway are going to both get hit with this, just because this seems to be working well today.
All right. One will succeed, one will fail. So one of them will rear back, bits of acid kind of splashing across its face. It clutches its head in a bit of pain, and it looks back in your direction.
Okay.
Vigo. I gotta say, that was a terrible damage roll for acid splash, though.
I know.
Attack the one to the south first.
Okay. The cell immediately to your north is empty. As you get closer, 19 will hit. It badly injures that particular creature, but it is not out.
And the one up top had been hit before, right? They
Correct.
both were, right?
Then the one to the south did not take a hit. That was the first hit it took.
Then I will finish it off.
The one to the south or the one to the north?
The south.
South? Okay. That will finish it off. There's only the one to the north remaining.
That is it.
Draw off. Okay, draw off.
I'll move to there.
Okay. That all your turn? I think you dashed.
Yeah, it is.
All right, Kay.
Alrighty. I'm gonna run up behind Drelov, and using him as a meat shield, I'm gonna use my scythe.
Okay. So, reaching kind of over Drelov's head with your scythe, it kind of comes down the curved end, being just over his head, the sharp end going into the one in front of you. Go ahead and roll your damage. All right. Dreloff, you charge up ready to roll, and you watch as this large blade comes down right in front of you, cutting the creature in half. You look up to see the curved part of the blade reach back, and Kay standing over you, smiling.
Hello.
You're out of combat.
Anything in this cell?
Yes, in fact, as you get closer, you can see there are 3 drow elves that are actually close to the barriers themselves, and the one that you see in that cell has taken. He looks like he's quite famished, very, very thin looking, and it looks like he's taken a couple of lashes across the chest and the back. He's wearing scraps for the most part, and as you approach, he goes, "Hey, you, come here."
I'll gladly pay you Tuesday for a hamburger today.
And the different drow are asking you to come closer to the cell so that they can talk to you.
What do they want besides food and out?
Are you asking?
Yeah.
They'll say, "Come here, come closer. Help a brother out."
What do you want?
Okay, as you approach, they will attempt to stab you with a dagger. The first one will.
All right.
Oh,
Through the
sneaky
bar doors.
fuckers.
D20 plus 4. He crit misses. You draw your hand back as he tries to get a dagger in, and the other two on the other cells go, I can do better than that. And they will attempt to fire hand crossbows at you from inside their cell doors. One of them piercing your side.
Can I make the request that Dreloff, seeing this guy stab through the thing with a crit miss, he just kicks his fucking elbow in against the bars?
No, I was gonna reach in and smash his face on the bar. Actually,
I'll allow it as a reaction, but before I do that, well, go ahead and roll for that. Just make
what
an
strength?
athletics.
Athletic.
Yeah, just go ahead and make an athletics check. All right. So he reaches out to try to stab you in the arm. You reach your arm back, grab his, pull it so that it pulls him hard, catches him by surprise, and it pulls his head against the bars and knocks him unconscious.
Cool.
The other two then are going to fire those crossbows, one of them hitting your side. You're going to take 4 points of piercing damage, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw with advantage.
On poison.
Yep. All right. You resist the poison. You're a dwarf. You're fine. And the one who hits you is the one in that far area and goes, Teresa's love will be mine yet.
I see him this one. You say the farthest one is the one that shot me?
Yep, the one furthest away from you.
I'm gonna pull the bolt from my side and try to stab him through the door.
Okay. Go ahead and just make an acrobatics check.
Acrobatics?
Mm-hmm. Because you're slamming this bolt through some bar doors.
Shit. That was supposed to be normal, sorry. Was it 16?
All right, he is going to leap back. And they're going to reach down and try to reload their crossbow bolts.
And the doors are locked?
The doors are locked.
Who lets prisoners keep weapons? This crazy shit is this?
I replied, the drow do stupid things, and shake my head.
And they begin to ready their crossbows. Drelloff, what are you doing?
Can I step in?
Can you what?
Can I step in?
Sure.
I
What
want
do
to
you do?
stand. I want to stand in front of this one, and I'm gonna give him a lightning lasso from the back of that cell directly into the bars in front of me.
Attaboy. Okay. Do you want that to be lethal or non-lethal?
I just want to get him and non-lethally like smack his head against the bar.
Okay. So he is unconscious before his head even hits the bar. The lightning damage is so severe.
Well, now he has a concussion too, so fuck him.
All right.
I have advantage on opening doors. Can I try to rip the fucking cell door off? Or
Make an athletics check.
Run that by me one more time. I have an advantage on opening doors.
I do. It's fucking. Hold on. Where is that shit?
It's
King Bed.
I didn't know that was a thing. I'm gonna be honest. That's
It's
the
one of the
stupidest I've
barbarian.
ever heard.
Yeah, it's one of the totem bear things. You have advantage on breaking doors.
Oh, that's
Yep.
different. I thought it's like you have an advantage to reach for the door handle. Like,
So you grab one of the. So being totally pissed off that you got shot by this guy, you reach for one of the bar doors, and it's looking like you're just going to try to rip the bar off the door, and then you pull on the bar, and the entire fucking door just rips off of its hinges, and you put it off to the side near the wall. The drow who goes back there goes, oh shit! He's going to fire one more crossbow bolt in your direction.
As he's doing that, I'm running towards him and punch him in the face.
Okay, you're taking 8 points of piercing damage. You'll need to make another con save with advantage. Okay, you're fine. You resist the poison. Go ahead and make an athletics. Go ahead and just make an unarmed strike. That's going to be just a strength check.
I would have
Check, not save.
Oh shit! Where the fuck is check?
Just click the strength text on your far left.
Oh, there it is. Sorry.
Crit. All right, you knock him the fuck out.
I would have argued that the door being removed surprised him so badly that he didn't even get to fire the bolt.
If he crit, I would have allowed it. So you, with two of the doors still on their hinges, all the drow are knocked the fuck out. There is remaining in the cells the elven woman you came across, the elven maiden. There's a half-elven man who is kind of mewling, and there is a hobgoblin who is standing and waiting in a corner, looking curiously at the rest of you.
But by the way, the advantage for the opening doors, that's built into all dwarves because of their height.
I just
I charge the door.
It's just such a silly thing. Like my thought is like he's like, "Why have advantage to open a door?" And I'm like, "So you can reach for a handle better than the rest of us can." Like, what's going on here?
He could turn it both directions, not just one.
Hey, what's in this chest that's down here beside me?
I can open the door in both directions. So, opening the chest, I'm glad you asked. First off, there appears to be keys to the doors, as well as you assume to be keys to the cells. Inside, you also find what appears to be a wand, which Kay and Treverin you would recognize to be an arcane focus, as well as a spellbook.
Wait,
You also
so the keys to the cells is in a chest outside of drow armed prisoners.
Yep, and guarded by these creatures.
Interesting.
Don't think too hard.
Oh,
I'd
I'm
take
not
the-
thinking. I'm just. I'm not doing anything. I'm just sighing.
I'm gonna take the keys and hand them to Javarian.
What are you handing me for? You want me to let your friends out so y'all can play some more?
No, you can talk to the elf that we found first.
I'm curious why she's separated. I want to backtrack to her.
I'll let Kay go talk to her. I'm gonna talk to this half elf here first.
Kay, while you make that recognition, go ahead and make a history check for me. Okay,
Cool.
you have no idea.
As to why she's separated.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna ask her. So why are you in a prison cell by yourself?
I don't know. They took my spell book and my arcane focus away from me. They must have thought me to be dangerous.
You said she was a half elf,
She is a sun elf.
sun elf. That's what it was. I guess I want to see if I can snag the keys off whoever had them last, so I can open the cell.
I'll so if I have the keys now, I'll give them to Kay.
Okay.
And
And,
I want to talk to this half elf and see what he knows. So why are you here?
I'm just a lamplighter for Waterdeep. I was just abducted off the streets. I don't know what the fuck's going on. I just want to go home.
How long you been here?
I have no idea. I've lost track of time. They're
Did-
gonna kill me.
Didn't we learn about earlier that the lamplighter had disappeared in Waterdeep? Was that in that part of the other part of our beginning campaign that the lights weren't being lit?
Maybe.
Yeah, that's what I kind of remember now.
I was gonna say the same thing.
So I'll say, Kay, when you get done with the keys, we want to let this guy out. 'Cause this guy, the story checks out with something we know from previous adventures. Then I'll go over and talk to this hobgoblin, and I'll look at him, kind of stern, and say, "What is your story?"
He says, I am Loresh. These filthy elves have captured me and hope to interrogate me for information.
Filthy elves. Who the hell do you think you're talking to? And I'll look right back at him.
Not you. The dark elves.
Okay, that's better.
What?
And how long you been here? 2 weeks. So, do you know where the I don't remember what the sister's like title was now. Hold on. I'll say, do you know where the head of the household for the drow are? Is that who captured you?
Somewhere around here. I was blindfolded when they brought me here.
Have you seen her recently?
No.
Okay.
All right. Kay, you're opening the door. You're getting in there. You're unbinding her
I'm not
shackles.
unbinding her, but I am gonna open the door and like take a closer look at her. I guess like
Okay.
I'm.
Go ahead.
She said that she had her spellbook and focus taken away. I'm curious if she has any discerning factors on like. Is she wearing any like magical items or any type of like powerful artifacts? Is like anything about her ascertain what if she's like a sorcerer, a wizard, a warlock, anything like that? Like
She looks like she's probably a wizard. If she said she lost her arcane focus and spellbook, she'd be a wizard.
okay.
As far as any carrying anything of magical value on her person,
Well,
no.
well, the reason
no.
I was asking though, because you can be a warlock and have a spell tome too.
No.
That's why I was curious.
She's dressed as a wizard.
Okay.
She's a young, beautiful elf in tattered robes, very much the very definition of an elven maiden.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna start unbinding her, but I'm gonna start asking her questions while I'm doing it.
While he's doing that, I'm gonna ask for the keys to the other cells.
I'll chuck them back your way.
Okay. And then I'm gonna head this way. And before I undo our friends while he's getting ready to deal with her, what I'd like to do is I'm gonna open each one of these cells of the unconscious drows, and I want to shove one of these rotten carcasses in there, and then shut the cells and lock them back up.
All right. I assume probably while you're in there, you want to disarm them too. Just throwing it out there. Up to you. You can say no.
You know what? No, I don't even want to waste my time doing that. 'Cause I have no reason to walk into that corner again. So
Okay.
yeah, I just want to leave them right there with some rotting flesh to deal with.
Okay. I will also remind you that the far door has its hinges off. So once he wakes up, he can get out.
Well, I'll quickly fix that.
He's
Mold
gonna
earth.
mold the back.
the cell door
Okay.
back into place.
Okay.
Put that door back in place for a second, and I mold earth to hold it back into place.
Okay.
And then
Okay.
walk off.
The door does not open anymore, but it is back in place. Vigo, I see you eagerly heading toward the south. Is that what you're doing?
Yes, I have no interest in these prisoners.
Okay. I'll get back to the rest of that in a second then. As you're making your way to the south, you can hear screams.
There's some screams of people down this way. Maybe it's the woman we're looking for.
All right, Kay, you're in the...
yell at Vigo, say, just a minute. And while Kay's getting ready to talk to them, I'll go ahead and open these two doors.
Okay.
I'll let them out.
So when you unlock the door for the hobgoblin, he'll thank you, and he will take one of the spiked clubs off of the dead Grimlocks and will say, "Your rescue is timely, and I thank you for your honor, warriors. If you wish, find me and others who fight against the Drow at Azrok's Hold to the west."
And I will bow and I said, yeah, we've heard of Azrok before. We've rescued a few of your other companions in another part of this dungeon. So
Then the Legion's gratitude is twofold.
So.
And he will bow and leave.
Yep.
The other one will say, "Please, just get me out of here. Do anything, I beg you. I just want to go home."
I will look at him and say, well, I will. If you know your way out of here, you can
Please don't
probably at
leave me
least
alone.
make it up.
No, please don't leave me alone.
Well, we're not escorting you out, so you can either stick with us or you can make an attempt on your own.
I'll be right on
Easy
your
choice.
backside.
Okay.
I trust you.
Fair enough.
And he's kind of
Just
cuttering and muling and very much the very definition of a sniveling coward.
and I'll yell at Singe. Singe, can you take a moment to check this guy out for any wounds or anything? And I'll run back up towards Kay at this point.
All right, Kay, what are you doing?
I'm asking her if she knows why she's down here, or what business these creatures had with her.
She says, I was abducted by the drow when I was auctioned off by the pirates. I don't know what they intend to do with me.
I'm curious why you were auctioned off by pirates. You seem like a capable wizard.
Make an insight check.
Let me find it. There it is. Haha, no.
Okay. She says, I'm a capable wizard, but I can only do so much. The entire crew was assaulted, ambushed. I fought off as best I could, but my components were taken from me. You have the keys. Did you find them with a spellbook and a wand?
We may have. Do I know that Treveran's behind me?
You look over your shoulder and see him behind you.
All right, I'm gonna kind of give him like the raised eyebrow and like what's his thoughts, without saying anything.
Do I hear him say maybe?
Yeah.
I'll say I don't know anything about Spirit Book. I was only given a set of keys. That's all Drolf gave me was the keys. So I know nothing. I wasn't there when he opened the chest, so I didn't see the spell book or the arcane focus, unless he said something earlier. So I just gotta look back, like I have the keys.
Someone's pinging Singe, I don't know who. Vigo, I think.
Yeah, just messing around.
Okay. For the sake of time, I'll assume that you are eventually told, presumably by Draloff,
Okay.
of the wand and the spellbook in there.
Okay. Then I'll look and I'll kind of say, I'm not necessarily in the habit of rearming prisoners. So why should we trust you to give back your things?
She says, I can help you fight. As I said, I know a few spells.
You can help us fight. I look at Kay. Got any? Yeah, I really wish we had a sending spell. Make life much easier.
Right.
Cleric chose not to prepare it.
I will say, you help us fight what exactly? Because we've not
Nice.
really introduced ourselves to you and told you why we're even here.
Are you not here to fight the Dark Elves?
They're not necessarily on our list of things to do. We're just passing through.
You've wandered into a drow stronghold, killed its guards, released its prisoners, and your excuse is you're just passing through?
Yeah.
Who the hell are you?
At least you finally asked.
I put my hands on my hips and go, "We're the Troll Skulls."
That's our name.
What a weird
That's
name.
our name based from Julie. I look at her and to say, if pirates auctioned you off, who did they auction you off to that the drow overpowered a wizard and was able to throw a wizard in here? I'm just trying to understand how someone who obviously looks capable can somehow be auctioned off with your arcane focus and spellbook, and then get captured by the drow. It's not like if you were already auctioned off as a slave, you wouldn't have these to begin with. So your story's not really adding up.
She says, they were taken from me by the pirates. I need my spellbook in order to cast spells.
But if the pirates took you and then auctioned them off, why would you suspect that we had the spellbook and arcane focus here with the drow?
She doesn't have a response to that. And Treverin, you're beginning to piece together that her story is bullshit.
And I kind of just sigh and I look at Kay and I was like, I'm not really for leaving someone here, but their story just doesn't really add up. And I kind of has like, I don't think I don't know. I'll support whatever you want to do, Kay.
I'll look at her and go, well, let's just piece this together real quick. We can help you get out of here, or we can leave you here. And so I suggest you start telling us the full story.
Make a persuasion check. Or in fact, make an intimidation check.
Deal.
She bites her lip, looks at you with a bit of disdain, and says, Fine. I've always been fascinated by the matriarchal society of the drow. I came down here in an effort to learn more, study, if I can, be part of their culture. They just took me away, locked me up, simply because I was not a dark elf myself.
I'll say, if for someone who's interested in a culture, you sure don't know a whole lot about drow and how they are very family oriented and not very welcoming to any outsider, especially an above lander such as a sun elf.
They would take to me more than they would you, male.
Hence, I'm not trying to join them either.
I look her in the eyes and go, look, I've never pimp slapped someone before, but you're getting real on my nerves.
She sighs and says, Well, if you're going to release me, do it. If you're not, leave me be. I can yet prove myself, even in these conditions.
Is that a threat or a challenge?
Oh, I like challenges.
She doesn't respond.
All right, fair enough. Well, I'll look at Treverin and be like, well, question now is, does she leave this cell as friend or foe? And if she's gonna leave as foe, we should just leave her here.
I say, Kay, move north one square. 5 feet.
Okay.
And I'm
Kay
gonna
takes
step
a
in
step to
here.
the left. Okay.
And targeting this spot right here, I am going to cast Mold Earth
Mm-hmm.
to open it up. And then I'm going to take the key to her cell. I'm going to drop it in that 5-foot hole. And then I'm going to cast Mold Earth to cover it up. And I said, get your own self, your ass out yourself, and then walk out.
She reaches out, still chained, by the way, to the manacles, but they're just long enough that she can get into the earth being pretty hard rock, and she begins to frantically dig through the earth, trying to make her way down.
Now, I didn't give her the key to the manacle. I just gave her the key to the cell. So I took the rest of the keys with me. I don't know if one of the keys to the manacles was with me or not.
Yeah, she's not smart enough to piece that together. It's going to be a real long 3 hours for her.
Okay. So.
What the hell did I just miss?
Probably the single best use of Mold Earth yet. To be honest.
Guy steps away, go to the bathroom for a minute, comes back, and
So Come back over. Vigo, you said something about some screaming down here, and I've moved on.
Yeah, they're still screaming.
I will let Vigo know there might be some screaming up north here in a little while. Just as a heads up.
The lamplighter goes, I don't want to go down there. I just.
As I said, you can work your way out yourself, or you can stick with us. We're going south.
We can lock you back in your cell.
No, please.
All right.
We can
let's
lock you in
go-
with the sun elf up there if you like.
Let's go drill off my stout companion.
All right.
Well, I think it's funny. The key to the cell's down there, and the cell's still unlocked.
As you make your way further south, go ahead and make perception checks, everybody.
Do you see what I see? 'Cause I don't see shit.
I'm glad I'm not in the front.
The lamplighter, by the way, cautiously follows behind you. Kay, as you get a closer listen into the sounds of the screams, you note that the screams are both of pain and of pleasure.
All right, I'm gonna step forward. I'm interested. I'm taking the lead here. I already know what's going on. I want to be a part of it. Open that goddamn door.
You open the door. It's a short hallway that leads to another door on the other end, but inside the room you can see coiled whips, daggers, and other menacing tools. There is a small table in the center that is covered with a pristine white silk sheet.
Hmm.
Why we roll perception again?
Because
Did
Kay
you-
heard sound. You all heard screaming. Kay could distinguish between screams of pain and of pleasure.
With a 3?
Oh shit!
I know what's going down, and I want to be a part of it.
I saw. Fuck! I saw the 21. We'll say that Singe is the one who recognizes this. No, I'll allow it for Kay because now it's funny.
Yeah, I know. I was like,
Fits the
I
story
was like,
better
what
now.
the fuck, man? Is it lowest roll wins?
So you also see more whips and daggers and sort of implements in here. You see what looks like a bed covered in white silk sheet, and there is also what appears to be some black tight leather armor hanging on a nearby stand.
The fuck do we stumble on?
What is behind door number 3?
Bring out the gimp.
Oh fuck!
Behind door number 3, as you're kind of going, wait a minute, what the fuck did we just stumble into? You see, on the other side of the door, looking very surprised, are 4 female guards, also in tight-fitting black leather armor, who immediately grab their swords and move to attack.
No, not so fast. We've come for the party.
Make a persuasion check with disadvantage.
Oh,
Please
god
roll a
damn it.
20 on both.
No!
No sexy time for you. Roll initiative, you asshole.
Uh,
My initiative rolls.
You're staying true there, Paul. Staying true.
Excellent.
There is also what appears to be some sort of spell circle in the middle of this chamber, by the way.
Is it active or is it just drawn there?
It's drawn there. Does
Oh.
anybody in the party speak Abyssal?
No.
No, that's the one I don't speak of the fucking
Nope.
languages.
Okay, then none of you can read it.
I picked the wrong languages for this campaign, apparently.
I say I literally have Celestial, Infernal, and Shadow.
Yeah, and I have Celestial as well, so go figure. If we ever run into some gods, we'll be okay.
I can tell it not to kill me in 2 seconds.
Give it time. All right, longbow drawn. Julie is going to do his best to fire through 3 of his allies in an effort to hit the drow on the other end of the room.
Good thing I'm tiny.
On
More so
both attack.
His allies.
Yeah, unfortunately, both attacks are going to miss because you guys are kind of granting cover at this point because of how clogged up in the area you are. I will say that he rolls high enough that it doesn't hit any of you, but he's going to miss with those attacks. Vigo, you're up.
I will smite the one directly in front of me.
12 will miss. So will 11.
I will attempt to smite the one in front of me.
And fail miserably. It parries both. She parries both blows and gets ready to counterattack. Anything else for your turn?
Yes. I will then move here to free up a little bit of space.
All right, you run around her. Dreloff, you're up.
Can I push my way in front of Kay?
You can go through K.
You can go
Yeah.
through. Yeah.
I thought so. I wasn't for sure. Actually, I'm going to squeeze right there if you allow it.
Yeah. By the way, they are standing now above. As you get into the room, you can see there are 4 spider silk chairs carved out of dark wood and padded with those cushions. They are now standing above with their swords drawn, and you can also see this tunnel that continues on to the south somewhere.
Alright. Well, I'm going to smack at the bitch above me.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I'm going to rage, then I'm going to smack at the bitch in front of me. You rage, okay. That's a miss, isn't it?
16 is just a hit. All right. And that is going to be, in your rage, just enough damage that it kills her.
Really?
She cries out. The screams are mixed with the other screams in this chamber.
And that was only what? Yeah, I got enough movement speed to smack this bitch too.
Go for it. All right. Yeah, 18 will hit, and 19 will be enough damage that it kills her. The 2 drop to the floor before they even get a chance to raise their weapons against you.
Cool.
All right.
It's my turn.
Okay, you're up.
Seeing how easy both those girls just fell, I'm gonna charge across the room with my greatsword in hand and smack a bitch.
Okay. 13 misses, 21 does not. Not quite dead, but very close.
Okay.
All right. On their turn, the one who you hit is going to, short sword drawn, kind of grasp down towards the side and yell out an undercommon, intruders, and then she's going to attack you with her short sword, missing. The one nearby is going to pull out a hand crossbow and attempt to fire it in Draloff's direction. Missing. That's all that's going to happen on this round of combat. Sin, you're up.
Okay, I need to know if you'll allow me to do all of this in one turn. You said there was a black leather outfit here?
Yep.
Oh dear God.
Does it look like it could fit a Dragonborn?
Probably. It'd be real damn tight.
Perfect.
Alright.
Oh shit.
It ain't going to breathe, I'll tell you that much.
The other drow in the room have not seen me yet, right?
Not yet.
Alright.
It takes like 3 minutes or something like that to put armor on.
Ah!
Yep.
Shh. It's not armor. It's a bodysuit.
Should I buy you a ball gag too?
Okay. So, I'm going to go to the black leather armor. Or armor in air quotes. I'm going to dong it as quickly as possible. I'm going to use my claws to let my hog just come out, hang out. Put it on real fast and then move to here and be like, what's going on?
So that's going to take more than just the single round of combat. So I will say you're putting that on as quickly as possible. Treverin, you watch this happen.
Does he have the bodysuit on yet?
No, he's in the process of putting it on.
Alright, then I can't say what I was going to say. So while I'm waiting for that opportunity, targeting this guy with a firebolt.
Yep.
I just imagine you turn over to the Dragonborn now speedily getting dressed. You just give him that really disgusting look. Like, the hell are you doing?
Treverian, you get that ready, and as you're getting ready to
You get
aim it, you kind of look
distracted.
over your shoulder and go, "What the fuck?" And the firebolt just hits the nearby wall.
All right. That's my turn. for
Okay.
now. I reserve a reaction to say something when Singe is fully dressed.
Granted. Julie's going to charge forward 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. At the one to the immediate south, and taking his greatsword, he is going to attack it twice. That's the wrong weapon. That weapon, both attacks are going to miss. Vigo.
God bless America. Hopefully that does something.
25 will hit. It will do quite a bit of damage, but she is not quite out for the count.
And that is it.
Okay. You see that this door to your left opens up. Those of you who are down there inside can see. Strapped to a table is a completely nude male dark elf. And he is suspended underneath an 80-gallon water barrel that is slowly dripping water on top of him. There is a spider silk hood covering his head. His weapon, shirt, and armor lie in a pile in the corner of the room. Covered in armor and armed to the teeth is a dark elven warrior wearing what looks like some sort of elite garb. Pokes her head out and goes, "What the hell is going... Oh, shit." And having her weapons drawn, she is going to make her way next to Julie. And is going to... You know what? She's actually going to get some fairy fire going. Let's add that in. Spellcasting NPC. $20-foot cube. And she is just going to cover, the bulk of you, which is going to include the other two dark elves, but whatever. So I need those of you who are in the cube to make dexterity saving throws for me, please.
Mm.
The one who is badly injured next to you, Kay, is going to fail. Kay, you will fail. And Vigo will succeed. So, Kay, as well as the dark elf next to you, you guys are a light blue, harmless flame. Violet light, blue light. And that is going to be her turn, I believe. Draloff, you're up next.
Okay, so I'm gonna move down here and smack the one below.
All right, go for it. You have an advantage on the attack.
Okie dokie. Assuming 27 hits.
27 hits.
Is that killer?
Yep. She was already badly injured. She tries to raise her weapon to block the blow, but not nearly quick enough.
Move over here. I'm gonna smack the one to the beside V.
Okay. 26. You're not going to roll that with initiative, but same roll either way, so go ahead and roll damage. All right. And you take out that one in one clean blow.
Okay.
All right. So
turn around and look at Kay and say, "See, it is easy."
It's not like she was glowing and on fire or anything, but yeah, I get it.
the male, the naked man, under a muffled silken hood goes, "So, Chris, what's going on out there?" And he says this in Undercommon. Oh, they're all saying this in Undercommon, by the way. You also see... I'm hesitant to see what you uploaded. I'll get to that in a minute. From the other room, you see a large rotating platform with leather straps that takes up most of the room. Those straps have just been freed. There's a woman who was lying on it. She is in the middle of grabbing her gear. Nearby is another woman.
I think Gilly had way too much fun designing this.
My gear.
This is all honestly in the book. Honest to God, I didn't design any of this shit.
That's what I need them to think.
My gear. Would you say that's like 6-inch gear, 12-inch gear? Like.
Anyway, this one is going to take out a crossbow and fire bolts, let's say at K. 13 to meet your AC, and it just bounces off your half-plate armor. K, you're up.
I'm gonna run into this room between these two, and I'm gonna attempt the one getting their armor on in here. I'm gonna cleave him in half.
Go for it. Attack hits. Go and roll damage. All right, she's not cleaved in half, but she is badly injured.
Well,
You hear... second attack. Okay. And you're going straight lethal damage?
oh yeah.
Okay. You hear the woman next to you, the one you didn't cleave in half, go, Kirith, no! Well, she says this in undercommon, so you hear her cry out in terror as this happens.
I'm just gonna eye her down. I don't turn anything other than my head. So now that I still have a blade to the ground into him, I just turn my head and look at her.
Okay. Send her up.
Okay, so if you look at the D&D chat, I imagine Dragonborn with that type of hood, with a chain armor shirt on, running into the room being like, good heavens, no! What have you done?
Okay. You charge into the room seeing 4 women in tight leather armor, dark elves in tight leather armor killed. There's another one who is half naked in this room who was just cleaved in half. And there's a nude male over here. This one is in elite garb. This one is still in garb. You charge in, and the combat just kind of stops for a second. Everybody kind of eyes you curiously.
And I initially had planned on kind of trying to infiltrate the other rooms, but being that the battle went so quickly, I'll just cast Toll the Dead on this one.
Okay, you charge in your BDSM armor, hoping to kind of infiltrate, and then you're like, oh shit, and you just Toll the Dead on her. Did not mean to roll that with advantage. We'll count the 14 either way. She saves, takes no damage.
Right on.
All right, Treverin, you're up.
Seeing what I just saw brings me back to memories of my childhood about seeing this vision of something called the Water Elf. And this joke about something running into... Do you remember that time when Singe ran into the fight bare-assed?
Please tell me those are assless chaps.
Treverin, you have a sight to behold as he runs past you. Singe, you don't notice.
And then I calmly move in, following that, and
oh god, it's in your face.
Bolt that guy.
Oh shit!
Can't breathe.
It misses.
Damn it!
She swivels her head just as the firebolt's about to connect. She kind of moves over to the left and gets distracted by the Dragonborn in tight leather armor.
Singe, cover that up! You're blinding me.
See how it reflects? I am Golden Dragonborn.
Julie's turn. Ignoring what's happening behind him, he is just going to take 2 strikes into the elite guard in front of him. 24 will hit. 9 points there. That's that. Vigo, you're up.
Forward and the door.
Okay. Since you were down this direction, I'll reveal that too. All right, 24 hits. 14 does not. All right, 9 points there. She also has to make 2 con saves on the fairy fire while I'm thinking about it. No, not enough. Fairy fire's gone. So, Kay, you're no longer a light and blue.
Thank Christ.
What does that
All
spell do?
right.
Just give advantage on attacks?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, on her turn, she is going to just take her short sword and make 2 strikes against you, Vigo. 13's not going to hit you, neither certainly not 8. All right, she is not as strong as she looks, and she's been caught completely off guard. Draloff, you're up.
Can I fit beside her in the door here?
You see Singe come in this leather garb. Yeah, you can run past Singe in an effort to get away from him.
Yeah. I don't want a naked dragon ass in my face.
All right. 15 does not hit, and 22 will. And I assume you're raged and reckless.
Uh-huh.
All right.
That's 10.
11.
Well, I can't count.
Okay.
The bear dragon ass got me.
This guy goes, Silchris, what's going on? The one who is next to you, Kay, is actually going to take 1 step back. You can take an attack of opportunity if you wish.
Sure.
Jesus Christ.
I don't think
And
she's fucking walking at all.
Nope. She takes 1 step back, and in a flash as quick as anybody has ever seen, you just take your short sword. In a blink of an eye, her throat is cut.
I'd like to emphasize that's a great sword that moved that quick.
Mm-hmm. And you're up.
Alrighty, let's see what I can do here. Let's make the magic happen. I will move behind Julie. And I'm going to pull out my scythe and attempt to take 2 strikes at her.
All right, go for it.
Flip. No, that sucks.
Crit. Nope. You try to get around Julie, and dude's too big. You can't get a good swing in.
Julie, move your fat ass. That's it.
Sind, you're up.
Oh, disappointed. I'll move to here. And slashing him. Well, slash is the wrong word. Oh.
The armor is tighter than you thought. As you try to kind of move your way over there in order to get a strike on, you notice it's a little difficult to move, and you fall face first on the ground, falling prone. Your ass reflecting in the dim light of this chamber for everyone to see.
All I could picture was moving and hearing like,
Yeah, you go as you fall prone, your ass for everyone to see.
I'm just seeing him in one of those big T-Rex outfits. I'm sorry.
Treverin, you have this in front of you. Just this. Yes.
I'm gonna move there, wipe the crud out of my eyes, blink for a minute, look at the guy there, and then I'm gonna hit him with a level 2 magic missile.
Okay, her, but go ahead.
Her, him. I don't know.
3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, if I'm doing my math correctly. Okay. Still standing, but is certainly impacted by that. End of your turn?
Yeah, you know what? Because I can't stand to look at it anymore, I'm going to cover my eyes until my next turn.
Okay, you're blinded for the rest of this round. Julie will go. He is just going to take his greatsword and attempt to finish things off. 18 will be parried as a reaction, and 25 will hit for 12 points. She's looking pretty badly injured. Vigo, you're up.
I will move to here to give people room and then attack twice.
Okay. You see the snail drow on the table, like covered in the silk hood of the water kind of dripping down on him. All right, 24 hits, 11 does not. All right, she is looking on the ropes.
That's my
Don't treat.
turn.
Okay, she, an undercommon, looks at the dragonborn, drops her weapon, covers her eyes, and goes, "Oh God, I can't take it. Not enough. Not anymore. Mercy, please, mercy." Drelloff, you have the next action as she does this.
Shit. I guess I'm gonna hit her for non-lethal.
Okay. 27 hits. You knock her out cold.
Alright.
All right, you're effectively out of combat because the one other drow can't see and nor has any idea what's going on.
I'm going to struggle to take off this armor.
No, don't take it off yet. Go fuck with that naked dwarf male.
What?
The naked dwarf?
Blah! Well, the naked fucking whatever he...
Did you drop your
Freudian
clothes?
slip there, huh, buddy?
Oh, shit.
Before we do anything with the one that's tied up, I'm gonna go there and take his armor and his sword, and I'm just gonna keep it on me and just walk off with it. Stick it in my backpack for now, so he doesn't
Okay.
have anything.
He's just going,
Hello?
"Hello? Is anyone out there?
Interesting.
I'm in a bit of a bind."
He's still in undercommon, speaking in undercommon, right?
Yes.
So I'm just gonna do my best impersonation of bad undercommon, or
Well, actually-
on back to him what he just said.
Actually, he'll start in undercommon and then he'll switch to Elvish, I should say.
Okay, then I'll respond to him in Elvish. Nobody here. Go about your business.
Where have I heard that line before? He just kind of sits there and waits.
We can't just leave him here, can we? Like,
I left the other one up in the other cell.
yeah, but like, I mean, if this was you, would you want to die this way? Like,
Send in the Gimp Dragonborn.
I'm just leaving the hood on now.
Wait. What do you mean? Clarify that statement for me, Kent. What do you mean, just the hood?
look at the
of the leather. I'm trying.
look at the photo he sent us.
Okay, is it just the hood and nothing else?
No. I'm getting my other stuff back on.
Okay.
But my thought, there is a picture in my head of either from Gargoyles or, oh god damn it, or like I'm thinking like Robin Hood or something like that. That one of the characters in that was like an executioner and just had the beak of its mouth sticking out. But I'm gonna leave the hood on.
I think it was Robin Hood. Yeah, okay, I get the image.
I'm gonna have to be like, hold on. I'm gonna be like, back up, everyone.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm gonna move in, and I'm going to just kind of tilt. How's he laying?
Prone on this rotating table with water kind of occasionally dumping down on him from this 80-gallon barrel suspended in the air.
Rotate him around so he can't see the door.
He's already got a silk hood kind of covering his head. He can't see anything right now.
No, I know, but when I take the hood off.
Okay.
Okay. And be like,
Hello?
did we hear him call for say a name earlier?
You heard him say Silkress.
I'm going to remove the hood, and I'm going to say, Silkrest had some other plans this evening. This is a surprise.
He kind of looks around, looks up at you, sees the hood, and goes, "Well, shit. This is not how I wanted this evening to go."
Oh, I can, I can go and retrieve Silkrest if you wish, but I have to know which way do I find him.
Her, and she was in the room with me.
Her.
I don't know where she is now.
It's the unconscious girl.
I know it is, but I'm trying to get more of a layout. All right, out of character. I'm trying to get more of an idea of a layout, like where this would lead and possibly to our target.
I will say, he was in the room with her. Despite having a hood on his head, he knew she was in here.
No,
He
I know.
heard the sounds of combat outside.
Damn it. You would have thought the water would have been enough. Ah, fuck it. I spin him back around real hard like a roulette wheel.
Ah!
And I say, how about him, folks? See, the problem with the whole scenario was it came too late to my mind to don the armor before you guys started combat, and there was no way I was going to let that go unchecked. Like, can you imagine if I?
By the way, the lamplighter kind of casually strolls on in, looks around, and just says, "Let me know when you guys are done here. This place is weird," and is just going to kind of sit around and go cry in a corner.
So I have to ask, is this table this guy's on sit up, right?
No. Well, I take that back. Let's say it does.
Okay. I'm gonna stroll in. I'm gonna put my foot on the table and push him like at an angle, it's like 45-degree angle.
Okay, some of the water kind of comes out right in his face.
And I'm gonna spawn my greatsword out of the air, slam it directly between his currently bound legs. Like, not actually hitting him, but like, pretty damn close.
Okay, enough that it gets close to, by the way, completely naked.
Yep.
Okay.
So, you mind telling us where the rest of you are hiding out?
I beg your pardon? He responds in Undercommon.
I'll look at Singe.
I'll translate.
Okay. He says, I'm sorry. He wants us what?
Where are the rest of you clowns?
He says, what do you mean?
Where is your house at?
You're an idiot.
This is a part of your house? You just had a cave entrance to the front of your house?
Well, I'm a servant of the house. I'm not a part of the house itself.
Alright then. Where is your house mistress?
He says, Lady Teresa is somewhere on this floor.
Can you be any more specific?
I don't know. I'm not allowed to see her. If you want to know more about her, I suggest asking Stilchris.
Wait, is there a...
She is her sister, after all.
Perfect! I have to ask, is there another board just like this one in the other room across the way?
That board does not rotate. In the other room, it is... it's actually... Let's see. Oh, you know what? I take that back now that I'm looking at it. It is a large rotating platform with straps, just like the other room, yes.
Alright, I'm gonna look at Julie and go, tie her up. I'll point to the other room.
No, I pulled Julie aside for a second. I say, Julie, put this armor on. I pulled the armor that I took out of the other room. I said, and you walk in there going, fat man in a little coat right in front of him.
If I have to roleplay this like Julie would, he looks up at you and goes, what?
I said, put this armor on, and then walk into that room and swing around singing "Fat Man in a Little Coat." Just do it.
Me not
It'll
fat.
give you treasure.
Okay.
I love how it was like, huh? What? Okay.
You got me with treasure. So Julie the Gimp is now in the other room.
Actually, I want him to walk into the room wearing the male's armor.
Okay.
There you go.
Armor.
Yeah, I stuck in and took the tied up guy's armor. He's walking in going, fat man, a little coat in front of him with his armor on.
Okay. So he's wearing his armor. Okay. He goes, "Where's treasure?"
Keep doing it.
Okay. He just kind of walks around, kind of confused. It's weird.
Oh God. So you.
Okay, Julie, that's enough, and I toss him a diamond here. Out of my purse with diamonds.
Okay, he will stuff it in and run back out of the room. And meanwhile, while this is going on, this guy tied up to the chair goes, "Oh, gross! God, please! This is not. Oh, come on! This is torture enough as it is."
Killy, while Kay is conversing, and I'm translating,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna just like kind of motion to Crow, not Crow, sorry Crow, Treverne to search the body of the one we just killed.
All right, I will tie her up and then search to see if there's anything useful
Oh,
on
did
her.
you knock her out, or did you kill her?
Yeah, she's
I
No,
unconscious.
knocked
she's
her out.
unconscious.
Oh, I thought you killed her.
Oh,
That's what I said. I
no,
want to tie her
no,
into the other room.
we can still have some more fun with her when we get done with this guy.
Wink,
Okay.
wink, nudge, nudge.
So, on her person, there is a gold pouch that contains 80 gold pieces, and a sapphire gem that is
I
worth
forgot
about
Juliet
50.
here. I gotta actually write this down. So you said 80
Yeah.
gold?
80 gold, and a sapphire gem worth about 50 gold.
Okay. So I pocket that. I take her sword for sure.
Mm-hmm. Regular short sword.
And make sure she has nothing else armed with her.
Okay.
And then I look back at Singe and say, "What else?"
You already tied her up, right?
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
So I'm gonna keep translating for Kay.
Okay.
I mean, he kind of gave us everything we want, so I'm gonna head to the other girl. I'm waiting for her to wake up. I'm gonna slap around a little bit.
Okay.
All right. As I walk out, I'm gonna say, seeing you drow, seeing that is a drow, right?
Yes.
I'm gonna say, you know, it's against my better nature, but seeing you drow in such a humiliating shape makes my heart just cheer just a little.
And
What the hell, man?
once they kind of leave the room, I basically take one of these dead bodies.
Mm-hmm.
I take it into the room with the male drow, and I pose both of them tied up together like they were in Transformers in their underwear around a pole, around the board.
That's funny.
I was suggesting just laying one on top of them.
Okay.
That works.
Make a perception check while you do this.
Sweet. Something's gonna go right for me tonight with those.
He's getting a rise out of it.
Oh, that's worse than anything I've done all night.
Once I see that, I go up there and I poke the hole in the barrel above them to make the hole for the water drip a little bit bigger, so it drips a little bit faster, but not too much. And then I kind of smile and enjoy it, and I walk out and close the door.
Okay. He is slowly going to suffocate to death.
Well, you know, it's a
Not
drow.
not something that Trevering may have known before he did it.
You just
Probably not.
He just threw the key away in a hole down 2 rooms ago. Why does he give a shit if the guy suffocates? Why?
By the way, while this is going on, you hear, though muffled, far up north, "Oh, what the actual fuck?"
What did you do to the person up north?
So, Reader's Digest version. She was a smart ass, wasn't telling us the truth, wanted us to let her out. So I took the key to the cell because the cell's already open. I molded earth, dropped the key to the cell only into the earth, and molded it over and told her to get herself out of the shackles and kept the key to the shackles in my possession and left.
So she just dug 5 feet into the dirt, barehanded to get this key so she could unbind her shackles. she realizes it doesn't go to her shackles.
What's your alignment?
To be fair, she lied to me, so therefore it fit my alignment.
What the fuck? That's like shit I do when I would want to play an evil character.
That's there's a fine line between chaotic good and chaotic evil, apparently.
Yeah, that whole section in the middle.
Hey, when she lied to me, she said she was able to handle herself, whether she had her spell focus or not. I said, all right, prove it.
Since you're beginning to see your companions in a whole new light.
Here, I was just trying to infiltrate an orgy, but no.
I'm gonna be honest. I was really hoping this orgy was more than just 3 rooms, because I was gonna go, "Who brought the tentacles to the party?" I did, and then Hunger of Adar. I'm not gonna have a chance to do it.
Oh man.
I did. By the way, you should see one of the animated spell cards. It is literally a guy, like a wizardly guy, standing there, and all of a sudden you like move the card up and down, and it looks like tentacles are coming out of his chest. I figured that would probably suit you very well right there.
I say, okay, go ahead and get the information out of this one, so we can go back up and deal with the sun elf up there.
I'm gonna slap her awake real quick, just tap on the cheek.
Okay.
I'm not being abrasive about it. I'm just giving her like the
Okay,
outside of the
enough.
face.
Enough that it wakes her up.
So, I have a few questions for you here, and my friend over there is gonna translate for us.
She smiles and says,
What the hell was that?
Did
Sorry.
she already?
she smiles, she's gonna give you kind of a sly smile, and she says, "Oh, really? And what will you do to me if I refuse?"
Let's try different tactics here. I'm gonna look at Senj and God damn it, Ken.
What am I missing?
He just messaged me on Discord and go, "What did you slap her awake with?" I guess I'm gonna look at Senj and go, "Do you have any recommendations for what I should summon out of thin air here?"
First of all, I don't even know all your capabilities really, so I have no idea. But
I'll look at you and go, "Name a weapon you're afraid of."
none.
Fair enough. All right. I look at Treverin. Treverin, do you know anything that Drows are afraid of, weapon-wise?
Sunlight.
I kind of look back and go, well, we could always just show her dead boyfriend across the hall.
I'll step to the side and go, "Fuck it, drag her in, Julie."
What?
Bring the dead boy from across the way in here.
Okay. He brings the half-drowned dead boyfriend over into the other room, and her sly smile goes to one of consonants, and she says in undercommon. Actually, she says in Elvish. Well, that was rude.
Yep, that's what happens when you don't cooperate. And I'll reply in Elvish.
You know what? I'm gonna fucking which Bond movie is it where he has the laser beam going up his crotch?
Goldfinger.
Is it Goldfinger? I'm gonna go to the other side of her. I'm gonna spawn my scythe, put it between her legs, and start slowly dragging it up the wood.
What kind
She
of
goes-
demented fuck are you?
Draloff, you say this from outside.
The answer is yes.
To be fair,
I hear that from outside. I turn around and go, Draloff, you've been with us long enough to know Kay isn't mentally stable.
This is true.
I'm sorry. Pause. You're the one who has to point this out about him right now after the last events of the last 2 hours?
To be fair, I don't think Drelloff was there to realize what he did to the other person.
Vigo is the only one out of this entire party who is standing out there waiting to go, going, the rest of you are just knucking futs. And you could correct me if I'm wrong, Vigo.
No, I'm fairly certain he's saying that.
Well, I'm going to start bringing the scythe closer and going, you're going to tell us where your sister's at.
Fine. She's hunkered down in a temple to the north of here.
Fine. Yeah, it wasn't too difficult.
And I look like, hey, I wonder if it was that door with the gem socket. So maybe getting some information on that door would be useful at this point.
Did you
now
get
ask-
a gem off of her?
No, we saw that gem we got from that hidden thing last session, so I don't know if it's that gem, but
I forgot we had that. That's a good thing. I'll ask her if it's the gem door.
She says, you just need a appropriately valuable gem to open the door.
Fine, appropriately valuable.
Like the one you just took from me.
oh yeah, we did take a sapphire from her. You're right, Drolf. I forgot all about that. This is why I do not keep track of our loot.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Two things. One. In Drow society, it's generally the females that run the show, correct?
Correct.
And this one just ratted out her sister that easily?
Correct.
Insight. Do I have any idea why she would be doing that?
Go for it. Insight check.
She could be the next mistress in line.
That's true, too. Hold on. Where the fuck?
You think she's thinking of this in one of two ways. Either she sends you right into the dragon's teeth, so to speak, and you all die, and she has nothing to lose, or you wind up killing her sister, rising her prominence within the family.
She thinks she's still going to be a part of the family. That's pretty funny.
With that thought in my head,
She figures you just took out this entire room of guards. If she can convince you to go after her sister, either result is a win-win for her.
I know, but my question as a Dragonborn that is somewhat familiar with tales of Dark Elves and, what do you call it, just general knowledge of my peoples, what would make this beneficial to us to remove her for you?
Are you asking her why you should go after her sister?
Yes.
She says, well, I suppose that's entirely up to you. The House of Ermindar is waging war on this level of Undermountain. And my sister has been taking captives and breeding Loth's children inside of them. If that's not enough for your cleric order to have cause for concern, then I wonder whether or not you're truly serving the god you profess.
Oh no, I am. I was just actually, while we're on the subject, what started this war here?
The Legion of Azrock has controlled this level of Undermountain for eons. We're trying to take control of it.
And how did you come to be here?
What do you mean?
Well, it is Undermountain. Adventurers come and go from this place. I know that what's it, Skullport?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. And I know Skullport's certainly a way to enter here. But what brought you from the Underdark all the way to the third level of the Mad Mage's dungeon?
She says, well, our house's main stronghold is in the 10th level. under control of my mother, Vlanwelv.
So the entire house isn't in this location.
No, of course not. This is merely a foothold headed by my sister.
But the sister's the one that isn't once.
Isn't? Oh, I guess you're not speaking in undercommon.
Actually, it'd be funny if you said that out loud.
I am saying it out loud. Whether you translate it out loud is up to you, but that's what I'm saying.
Well, you know what? She will catch the name now that I think of it. She says, isn't. Wait, isn't.
Say again, please? Like, as, like, we've been, trying to dismiss the fact that she dropped the name.
Before this happens, the rest of you watch as Vigo kind of casually strolls in, warhammer in hand. It looked like he's getting ready to just kind of smash her head in.
I mean, my scythe is currently situated between her crotch and her head, so good luck.
It looks like he's getting ready to do it. That's why he made the attack roll.
But my weapon is currently in between her face and his mace, and I'm not moving it.
Okay. Do you try to stop the blow?
Yeah, I'm just holding the scythe there. There's no, I'm just gonna smack my scythe.
Okay. So Vigo, you go, or are you gonna still go for the blow?
Oh, so we can't hear you if you've been talking at all.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'll still. Doesn't necessarily have to be the head, but I'll attempt to deliver a final blow.
Okay. Well, 26 will hit. So it's going to be enough damage that it takes her out again. Whether or not you guys want to do anything about that after the fact is up to you.
No, I hear you.
Can we stop listening to this font of lies? I've heard her do nothing but give up her family left and right. That tells me everything she says is a lie waiting to get us in trouble. Be done with her as I did, and let's move on.
I'm going to ask Vigo, are you familiar with Drow elves from where you're from?
Vigo, in Eberron, the perception of good and evil is not the same as it is in the Forgotten Realms. The War of Eberron, many wars of Eberron, including the last Great War which has just ended, has significantly shaped society as the continent of Corvair understands it. And simply because someone is of a particular heritage or creed does not dictate immediately whether they could be good or evil. In Eberron, there are such things as evil gold dragons and good beholders. There are some exceptions to the rule, especially the deeper down into the Underdark that you go. Especially deeper down into the Underdark that you go.
I have dealt with Drow. I have fought beside Drow. Her race had nothing to do with it. It was pure and simple the words that were spilling out of her mouth about giving up her family, her mother, her sister. That speaks of evil to me.
Understood. And with that said, I'm where you're from. Are you? I I I gather that you kind of don't know that Drow kind of backstab amongst themselves quite frequently, correct?
Backstabbing amongst themselves is not a virtue of one race over the other where I'm from. It's a virtue of people who are evil and untrustworthy.
Fully aware. However, it would they don't do it to generally, what's the word? Mislead others. Usually they do it to advance their own, what do you call it? By questioning her in the manner which we were, and the fact that she gave up her mother and sister and such, does not mean that that these were lies spoken from her. It just means that she was using them. Could have been using them to her advantage.
I will add, by the way, she's not dead yet.
Oh,
She's
I'm not
thought
dead
you
yet. I'm not dead yet.
I'm
She's
feeling
making-
quite better.
fact,
Bring out your dead.
she's
Oh.
about to die.
I turn and head out.
I mean, I'll be honest, I've got enough information out of her.
Okay. Go ahead, Vigo. Have at it.
I've walked away. I'm heading out.
Okay, I will say if you guys, I was basically having that as an opportunity that if you guys decided you weren't done and you wanted to stabilize her, you wanted to question her some more or do anything else, I was just going to leave that opportunity open. So that's all. If you let her die, then she dies.
Yeah,
I'm not doing anything. I'm gonna go up here and deal with the Sun Elf now.
Okay. You see a 5-foot hole dug into the floor. Her nails are covered in dirt. A couple of them might be a little chipped and broken. And her hair is kind of in a frazzle, covered in dirt as well. Her robes are completely covered in dirt. And she looks up to you and says, and just shakes her head in disbelief.
I look at her and say this verbatim. I thought you said you could take care of yourself with or without your focus. I thought wizards are supposed to be high intelligence.
She will cast a ray of frost in your direction,
That's funny.
It's fine.
which she does not need her book for.
That's fine.
What about a focus?
I don't think you need one for a cantrip.
I'm not sure if they need focuses for cantrips.
Don't think you do.
You know what? You got a point. She instinctively goes to cast Ray of Frost at you and realizes she still doesn't have a focus and curses in Elvish.
And I'll say I'll give you one more chance to be truthful and honest with us, or I leave you here.
She says, "What more do you want from me?
I just want you to be truthful. Tell us how you got here.
I came to study under the Dark Elves. They don't like me because I'm not a Dark Elf, so they chained me up and tortured me. End of story."
Doesn't sound like it's the end of the story. I mean, you said you studied to be a dark elf, but you didn't learn anything about their family and their family values. Yeah, I'm just trying to figure you out.
She says, "A matriarchal society, one that puts value on magic and devotion. You don't get that on the surface. Here I could find real power."
I think you're a little delusional because you can find that on the surface. You could also find it on other planes. The Drow are not all that almighty and all powerful. And I said, I tell you what, I will give you the key to your shackles, and in a month's time, I will put your spell focus in Troll Skull Manor for you to come reclaim.
And the spellbook?
You may not want the spellbook anymore after what my dragon friend did to it down in the other room.
Wait, what?
Deception check. Wrong button. Her eyes go wide and she goes, wait. What are you talking about? What did he do? What? Where's my spellbook?
One dragon-sized dong hole in it.
Now, then I pull out the spellbook and I look at her and I say, see, you need to learn how to lie better. And I toss her the spellbook and the key to her shackles and say, now be gone and I don't ever want to see you again. Except in a month, I will give you your spell focus back. And then I'll move on.
Okay. She will, taking the key and the book, will unbind her shackles and wait.
Gem
You said
door?
wait?
Yep. Wait for you to get out of there.
Oh, okay.
Toss me the
All
gem.
right.
Let's get this door open.
Yep, I give Kay the gem to the 50 gold sapphire I got earlier.
And I will slot it in the door.
Okay. We'll find out what's in the other room next time.
On Dragon Ball Z.
Dragon Ball Z.
You know, I have to tell you, that was one of the most frustrating shows to watch when I was in high school. Because literally, it's like the same episode every week.
You mean you don't like sweaty men screaming at each other?
I should also point out, as you were kind of making your way back up, first off, a couple of these two are just kind of goading you to come back, and they seem to be a little bit more frantic about it. Well, I take that back. They were still goading you to come back, and then you just, although it was muffled, you could hear silent screams for help in the room that he can't do anything about. So,
Well, no one can do anything about it, right? They're all locked in there.
well, yes, but his door doesn't move. He's really locked in there.
His door doesn't move.
Because Drayloff is very skilled at opening doors.
Very skilled.
We have to. Treveran melded that door shut back. Remember, the door's back in place, but because
There's
the
no
earth is melted in
exit.
place, there's no exit. The door doesn't move.